Hi guys, welcome to Bolt from the Blue Tarot. My name is Sam. We're going to be doing a quick reading for you today. See what's going on. We're going to start with the Modern Witch Tarot. I think we're going to do a little bit of a spread. We'll see what the energy calls for. I hope you're having a tremendous day. If it's your first time here, we take it a little slow. This is as much channeling as anything else, the videos with my face in them. So if you crunch for time, adjust the playback speed, 1.5, 2x. I watch my own videos at 2x, so no judgment from me. Ten of Wands. Two of Cups. So yeah, I think that's all we need for the moment. And I'm going to say that this is pretty straightforward. Ten of Wands, Two of Cups. I feel like, the Ten of Wands is like big unnecessary burden energy. And hard work. My sense is you are ready to stop doing so much hard work and to collaborate. For someone, this could be like collaborate with someone else. Two of Cups is often partnership of some form or divine union within yourself between your masculine and feminine aspect. But yeah, and like I say, I do think that is the case for one or two people, but I also think that this is about collaborating with spirit. It's like a little bit of spirit's just kind of watching you carry all these sticks, and they're like, it's such compassionate energy. It's just of like, I hope they decide that they're done with that soon, because we would really like to cheers them, and we have other plans, easier plans, collaborative plans. Yeah, really, because no one is making her in the Ten of Wands carry these sticks. And she knows that she's doing it, that it's too much. Actually, someone might not realize that it's too much. This can be with emotional burdens as well. All right, we've got a general energy from this. Do we want more cards, Spirit, from this deck? Okay, let's see what's up. This is a continuation of the reading or a little bit of a separate side message. Four of Swords. More? I feel like someone is... Do you see how she's like her vision is obscured because she's carrying these sticks, this burden? So she can't see the collaboration. She can't see the Two of Cups at all. Yeah, I'm getting at all. Can't see this potential for collaboration, be it with another person or group or spirit or another person that spirit is trying to show you. I don't know why I'm seeing someone like wave an action figure in someone's face. Hello? This is an interesting Four of Swords because for me this sort of combines the Eight of Swords and the Four of Swords into the art of this one card because she's looking so distressed. But there's a little bit of energy like it's a beautiful day, you know, it's a beautiful day outside. And I think a lot of us, when we're told to rest, we like fitfully throw ourselves down onto bed and then toss and turn and worry and everything else. And I think there's a little bit of energy of if you rest for you and truly rest, or rest without expectation of outcome, and truly rest as though it's a beautiful day within and without. Like, I will often be brought into an energy where I'm told you need to rest, like lay down before you fall down is the energy I get put into, and it's purposeful so that I will rest. And if you don't, you'll get sick. But it's this energy of like, even if it's a beautiful day outside, if your energy is calling you to rest, then rest and truly rest, right? Not like rest and plan in bed, not rest and, you know, like if you were to journal, it should be relaxing. But what I'm getting is like, don't even, because someone here, if you pull out a journal, you'll start making lists, like to-do lists and stuff, and making plans. And that's not what spirit wants for you. That's not what they want for you. They want you in the true Four of Swords energy. No slight to the modern witch tarot, but they want you in OG Four of Swords, where they're just resting peacefully. Yeah. There's something about like this energy with everything before you that's obscuring your vision. And this energy of worrying even when you're not actively doing the things, where it's like you don't have time to see what's being offered. You don't have the window of mental presence, right? Of quietness to receive this, or to see its potential. It's tough because both of these energies individually are not helpful, but together it's like when you're active, you're overactive or overburdened, and when you're resting, you're mentally still active. And it doesn't leave any time for the kind of productive, fertile, deep mind meeting conscious mind kind of time. That unproductive time that's actually the most productive. If you are constantly doing, you can't reach. You can never feel done if you're constantly doing. So, any more from the Modern Witch Tarot Spirit? How about from this one? Okay, yeah. Hopefully there is another perspective here in the Paradise Found Oracle, which will have some useful wisdom for you. You know what I'm getting? There's a little bit of energy of like, don't go into it with that expectation. Like that is the problem. The problem-solving mindset is ironically the problem. My temptation is, because it's just these two decks, so I think probably this will be the last card pulled in this reading, and I want it all tied up nicely with a bow, and it will give you all the advice that you need to take action towards, moving past this. Spirit's there's a little bit of a tap on the shoulder from Spirit to be like, are you sure you've been listening? Right? Because it's less about doing. It's actually more about receiving. So we're just going to receive whatever Spirit has for us from this deck and know that it's exactly what we need to hear, even if we feel like it doesn't give us anything actionable. Because this is more about energy. So it might just put us into a more useful energetic state. It might just, I don't know, let's not set any expectations. Just relax and receive this. Whatever comes through. This one. Paradise. Paradise Found, you guys. Read from the book. Okay, I'm getting maybe a little bit of a spread, so possibly we'll go intuitive off of the art. No expectations. We'll just see. infinitely teachable. I don't know. I don't know why. D&D comes up a weird amount on my channel. I don't play D&D, but the concept, I think, of an imaginative story is relevant to the channel and the messages that I point out, that I put out. And there's something about D&D where you build a character and they have different stats in different areas. So you might have a big, strong character that's not very fast because they're so strong, or not very clever because they're a big beefcake. Um, so there's a trade-off with your characters, and I don't know why I was just thinking about if I were to write myself as a character, what would I want to be the highest scoring? And I'm sure this isn't part of a D&D character, but I'd want teachability. Like 10 out of 10 teachability, even if you give me 1 or 0 out of 10 for everything else. If you give me a 10 out of 10 for teachability, I can catch up on the rest. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference maker. If everyone else's characters start out, medium across the board, like 5s out of 10, and I have 110 in teachability and a 0 in everything else, I'll soon catch up with them. Do you know what I mean? And I'll grow at a faster rate. Teachability, really important. How receptive are we to the lessons that Spirit is trying to teach us in direct and indirect ways? And can we actually learn them, internalize them, process them? Can we have those light bulb moments if we never are in a state of rest to understand them, to receive the wisdom, to feel it in our bones, like allow it to become embodied? Because we can know a lesson, we can write down a quote, we can be like, check, got it. You don't have to test me on that again. But if we keep acting as though we didn't learn the lesson, then we never embodied it, right? That physical part of being a human where you can mentally know something and your body hasn't bodily learned it. You don't know it in your bones, you just know it like academically, like cramming and dumping for a test. And there's a reminder that this is a life journey, not a course, not a college course, not a high school class. That we can afford to take it a little bit more slowly to learn properly, to learn fully and in an embodied way. Because these are life lessons, lessons for life, and they're soul lessons as well. Yeah. Anything else from here? Like, no, we're going to have you do a spread, but you just, you covered it in your rant. Anything else from the Paradise card? Maybe also something about the playfulness of dolphins. They choose to learn through play, right? And rest and having fun. And we can choose to learn this way rather than the hard way, and we can ask for this as well. Spirit, whatever lessons you teach me today, make them fun, make them playful, please. I wish to learn lessons playfully and from stories as much as possible. Yeah. Is that it for this one? more from here. Modern Witch Tarot. Okay. Tad unusual, but something else wants to be said from here. We're just going to receive it. I just had this thought as I was shuffling. I've been having like weird, random, intrusive thoughts recently. I don't know what has triggered this, because I don't believe them. I think it's just like a little bit of trial by fire to be like, hey, what about all like that meme, like random bullshit, go. And just see how do I buy into these or do I allow them to pass? And I just had this thought of like, what if it's not the right card? I've never had that thought before, because it's always the right card, as long as you know that it will always be the right card. Do you know what I mean? There's this, it's paradox. It's paradox. But you really can never fail as long as you know that you really can never fail. You might not fully succeed in the way that you imagined. You might biff it a little bit, but that doesn't mean you failed. It doesn't mean you failed. Especially not if you ring it for all it's worth. And I don't mean like poring over the event and analyzing it necessarily, but just of receiving, like, in a humorous, fun, playful way. Okay, what did I learn from that? Let's see. Tell me, Spirit, what was the point of that? And choosing to learn that way can be very helpful. I think this one, the Hanged One. So with the Four of Swords, some of you will be called to rest, or you are being called to rest. I was going to say how that rest can give you a change of perspective, which is part of what the Hanged Man card is about. But there's something else that wants to be said here. And it's something to do with your shadow. There's something about your shadow having a new perspective to show you. Huh. Do we need more cards here? Yeah, okay. There's a couple of things that I think this could be about, but we'll see which cards come out next. Nine of Swords. Oh, gosh. More. Thanks for your patience, guys. Knight of Wands. Do we need more? Okay. You know, there keep being things that I want to say, conclusions I want to draw, a complete message that I want to underline, because I wanted this to be faster. But I know it will be better if we're taking it a little slower and allowing it to be more of a guided co-creation. Ten of Pentacles. Whew, glad we waited, huh? Ten of Pentacles. Is that it? Okay. Some of my times of greatest worry have come right before something that I could not have predicted emerged into my world that just nixed the problem entirely. Like it sidestepped it in a way that I could not have imagined and just like erased it from existence. And then I looked back on the past 24 to 48 hours of worry, and I was like, well, I feel a little bit silly now. Spirit told me all along that it was going to be fine. That I just had to trust, that I just had to have faith, that I just had to wait a little bit longer, right? I just had to be patient. And from these four cards, you know, I think there's just a little bit of a reminder that as you're in a little bit of a waiting period or an in-between period, a period of, I don't know, maybe an energy of feeling like you've been pinned down in some fashion, because obviously you're not getting where you need to go or where you want to go with this ten of wands and four of swords energy. Like there's something you're worrying about and you're taking a lot of action about, and you're worrying about even when you're not taking a lot of action about, but it's not getting you to where you need to go or where you want to go. But there's a little bit of the energy here of like, hey, this is a period of there's nothing you can accomplish right now by spinning your wheels, is a little bit what Spirit is trying to say with this card, I think. We sort of have you strung up by one leg, and it's just like you have a choice here. You can see this as a moment of uncomfortability, inconvenience, or you can see it as a moment of hiatus and rest. And just a little bit here of like, how silly would you feel if you knew that you were worrying, staying up late, losing sleep, crying, projecting negativity forward into the future and living in that negativity, and just like a lot of internal misery? How would you feel? Would you feel a little bit silly if you knew that what's coming for you very quickly with the Knight of Wands energy here is the Ten of Pentacles, which is full material realization of your manifestations? It's like a grounded dream life, is really what it is. Whether you know what this is for you or not. This is annoying. I'm really sorry in advance, but there's a little bit of like turn that frown upside down energy here from Spirit, of being like, hey, this is right around the corner, this Ten of Pentacles, and you can enjoy this time and like truly rest, or you can get agitated while all the blood goes to your head while we hang you upside down. But we recommend that you don't do this, because it's not actually that much longer you have to wait before dream realization. Now, there is a little bit of a reminder here that Spirit's idea of short term, of soon, and our idea of soon are not always the same soon. However, we can feel like we're put into a time where no matter what we do, we can't seem to shift, or we can't seem to manifest on our own steam, where things aren't happening quickly enough or on our schedule, and in the meantime we feel that we are in an uncomfortable situation. And the reminder almost always from Spirit will be, it's only as uncomfortable as you choose to make it. And that's the hard part. But this message comes with also a really great ending, and the easy part, which is that like your manifestations are going to be well worth waiting for. Well worth waiting for. The only other card outside of the tarot that came out in this reading was card number 1, and it's called Paradise. We can feel like it's a bittersweet thing to be told that, like, why are you so uncomfortable? This should be a time of rest. Like, you should really just relax, sink into this. But it's ultimately a sweet message when Spirit has so much sweetness planned for us. The bitterness we add ourselves, right? And there's a little bit of a reminder from Spirit to, it's like you can make this recipe without the bitter. It can just be sweet if you choose. We're so used to, we're taught that everything has to be difficult and that we only get a little bit of sweet. It's like 1 out of 10 sweet, 9 out of 10 bitter, and that's just life. But this is not, this is a reminder that you're moving into a different ratio, a different recipe of living, a different world than the one you grew up in, and a different one than you are currently living in. I've said it before about the hanged one here, but there's comfort in knowing how temporary this energy is, whether it's, you know, a few days, a few weeks, a few months, a year is temporary. And there's power in knowing that. When you know that something won't last forever, the question is, how do I spend my time here in this state? Right? And I think this individual has mastered it. She seems perfectly content. It seems like she's realized how to do this for therapeutic reasons, right? It's like, well, actually, the blood that goes to your head promotes thinking, and I come up with some of my best ideas in this state. So it's all good. Yeah. Allowing this to be a period of rest and ease instead of one of worry. When we see a whole lot of nothing happening for us, we can project into that, project out future results from current circumstances. And that's, there's encouragement here to say, we understand the impulse, right? Like that's a normal thing that people do, but it's not realistic to this situation for you. And you could be a lot easier on yourself, and this would be a lot easier were you to sink in, relax, and truly allow yourself to relax in the knowing that this is temporary. All right, guys. Sorry for the cell phone notifications. I never get, like, there's no signal here. I don't know how I am getting those. But I hope this message was helpful. If it's your first time here, please do like, comment, subscribe. I especially love comments from you guys. Anything that's on your mind, especially if this brought you a little bit of relief, or a little bit of rest, just, you know, a few minutes of rest. That's what I hope that I can bring. All right, love you guys. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.